Welcome to my tapered fade tutorial. The first thing you want to do is brush. Brushing is going to allow the hair to lay down in a desired pattern for cutting. After your brush, you're going to comb out the waves. Combing is basically the same thing as brushing. It's going to help lay your hair down in a desired pattern for cutting and loosen up those curls. Lay those combed out curls back down with a brush. You're going to want to take a number 1 guard all the way open and cut with the grain. This is not something you can do quickly, so when you're doing all these steps, make sure you're taking your time with it. Make sure you touch that crown area. That crown area, you might want to use a smaller guard because the hair in your cowlick grows differently and sticks out. I'm going to take my number 1 guard all the way open and make my first line. With that same number 1 guard, you're going to cut down on that line. Be careful and pay close attention to detail. You're going to slice on that line that you're cutting on. Take that same number 1 guard and close it all the way. Make sure you cut very close, just barely flicking out on your number 1 guard all the way open. You're going to want to down fade on that line as well with the number 1 guard all the way closed. Pull the lever to the middle, and you're going to want to scribble between the number 1 closed and the number 1 open. The hand motion is similar to a coloring book, or a pencil, or a paintbrush. As a barber, this is why we call it art, because that is what it truly is. As you can see, the fade is already coming together. And we only did 3 steps with the same guard. Next step is you're going to want to use a T-trimmer to create your first guideline. Gently scrape the unnecessary hairs from underneath. As you can see, we have a very visible first guideline. It is recommended by many barbers to use a closed no guard to create your first guideline, but you can do either or. Take an open no guard, go a finger's length above that trimmer. It is very essential that you brush as you're fading. In between that no guard open and trimmer, take a no guard, pull the lever halfway, and flick between the open no guard and trimmer. With that no guard halfway, down fade as well in the exact same spot. You will then want to gently slice that bottom with a no guard all the way closed. Right now, we are getting rid of that hard trimmer line. Now it is time to get into some detail work. Where my finger is pointed at, you're going to want to take a half guard and pull the lever halfway. You'll then slice at that first dark line that my finger was pointed at. Now take an open no guard, slightly detailing, skimming across the fade. What you do to one side, you do to the other. With the number 1 guard open, create that first line and down fade on that same line. It's about consistency. Anybody can be a barber. Are you willing to sit down and breathe and focus on what it takes? Someone I know by the name of Brandon mentioned to me that success is like rent, and payment on it is due every day. Breathe and focus on what you got going on. Like all things, it takes time and patience. In reality, the only thing in between your goals is you and you. As you can see, the fade is trying to poke out. Take an open no guard and cut a finger's length above the trimmer. Take a no guard halfway, flick in between the no guard open and the trimmer. With the no guard open, down fade from the open no guard and below. With the half guard and with the lever halfway, you're going to want to stab on that line that I'm pointing at. Stab. You're going to stab it. Kind of like you're slicing. Not stab, slicing. You're slicing. Slice, 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 slice. Slice, slice. What this does, it blends that dark line. Take a half guard closed, slice directly underneath where you already sliced it. Detailing, detailing, detailing. That's what this part is all about. When it comes to detailing, you want to use a half guard. With the open no guard, gently graze across the fade. Taking a moment to check myself out, and the fade looks good. For the back, you want to take a no guard closed and create your first guideline. Afterwards, you'll take a no guard open and create the next guideline. What will happen is the second line will become dark, so you're going to want to down fade as well. Make sure you keep your composure. When you lose it, you don't become functional, and that's when the mess ups start. Once you get the hang of it, cutting hair is pretty therapeutic. Take a no guard halfway and cut in between the open and closed. Make sure to brush and down fade in between. With the half guard open, cut a finger's length above and be sure to down fade. Please, please, please take your time with this process. Take the same half guard and pull the lever halfway and down fade underneath the half guard open. Same thing with a closed half guard. Are you guys getting the hang of it? You're pretty much just going from open to closed. A new guard, bam, open to close. A new guard, bam, open to close. Make sure you flick out as you're cutting. With the number one guard open, you're going to want to cut above the half guard line. With the number one guard, you're going to want to go 2 fingers length above the half guard, all the way open. You will then down fade with that same number one guard all the way open. You'll take the number one guard, pull the lever halfway, begin down fading just right below the number one guard open. Close that number one guard and down fade right below that. With the no guard open, slice on that bottom line. Take an open no guard and gently grace across the fade. This is all in the detail. This is the detail work right here. Half guard all the way open. Slice on that second line. All the way open. This is what I talked about earlier with the grazing. Yeah, make sure to do that. As I'm checking out the back of the fade, I see that one line is still visible.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
There is no barber in this world with complete perfection. So when you are fading, please make sure to don't be so hard on yourself. So what I needed to do was flick out on that line with the open no guard and then gradually work my way down from open to halfway to closed. What you will do next is take that trimmer and make that back fade pop. When trimming, make sure you use the edges of the trimmer like a pencil. From this angle, the fade looks very pretty. My hair in the back grows from different directions, so this makes it very difficult for me to cut in the back. To me, cutting the back of your hair is the hardest thing to do. Take the trimmer and gently tap across your natural line. Some hair will be necessary to remove, so do it accordingly. You'll have to have an aggressive, soft touch. When you're lining up the edges, Make sure you do it in a slanted angle instead of in a straight down motion. I'm not sure what science is behind that. I think it might have something to do with our faces not being symmetrical, but I'm not Bill Nye, I'm just a beginning barber. Take some shaving cream or gel and spread across the edge up. Use a razor to kill loose hairs. If I was a bad bitch, I'd want to fuck me too. Your facial hair is pretty much the same as your edge up. This is the end of the taper fade tutorial, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay blessed. Do what the work requires for you to get to where you want to be. Make sure you trust the process. At the end of the day, it's about loving who you are and yourself. Make sure you breathe through it all. Thank you for watching.